that economic and friendly relations that exist between our countries. And it's my honor and pleasure to represent His Excellency and to thank and felicitate the Gambian people for conducting peaceful elections, and also therefore representing my president in the inauguration of his colleague and brother. Is a pleasure and honor, and I think it is an obligation for us to be here given the good relations that exist between us. So we thank you and congratulate you for the honor and a privilege that has been accorded us. We thank you also for the hospitality that we've enjoyed since our arrival on this country. Concernant la cérémonie propre, quelles sont vos impressions sur l'organisation et la tenue de la cérémonie elle-même?
Je pense que l'organisation de l'ensemble des événements qui nous a été donné de vivre est fort impressionnante. Nous avons vécu une très forte mobilisation, une forte mobilisation populaire, une participation très active, l'on peut dire, de toutes les composantes, de toutes les strates sociales de ce pays à cet événement. Je crois que ceci est manifestement le signe d'un soutien au président de la Gambie, son Excellence Yaya Jammeh, et nous voudrons souhaiter à ce peuple frère, ensemble de façon solidaire et unis pour une même cause, de connaître de plus grandes victoires dans la marche vers le développement.
In taking into account the large turnout comprising all segments of the Gambian society, for me it is a manifestation of the support that Gambians have shown for their president. And it is therefore an opportunity for the Gambia government to see how best to make good use of this support in terms of economic advancement for the welfare and well-being of the Gambian people.
Finally, what message should countries in the sub-region learn from the Gambia, knowing that we are at a time when the political tension is heating up in certain countries?
Je voulais savoir si vous avez, s'il y a des leçons que d'autres pays peuvent apprendre des élections gambiennes ou les cérémonies gambiennes.
One thing I must say is that the many dignitaries who came into the country shows a clear sign, a clear manifestation of Gambia's strong tie with the international community. From the Banjul International Airport, I am Mamadou S. Jallo.
The year 1965 is symbolic in the history of the Gambia. It marked the birth of a new nation and the birth of a distinguished son of the land who has had tremendous influence over the lives of his compatriots. Born in Kanilai in the country's western region, Yaya Jammeh attended St. Anthony's Primary School in Kanilai and later St. Edward's Primary School in Buyam, where he sat to the Common Entrance examination and joined Gambia High School on government scholarship in 1978. On completing high school, Jammeh enlisted in the military in 1984, where he rose through the ranks to the position of lieutenant and headed the military police unit of the Gambia National Army. In September 1993, the young lieutenant attended a military police training course at Port McClellan, Alabama, United States, where he obtained a diploma in military science. Months after his return from overseas training, Jammeh led one of Africa's most progressive revolutions that delivered Gambians from endemic poverty, socio-economic deprivation, and political marginalization. July 1994 was a turning point in the Gambia's quest for self-realization. When Jammeh led a peaceful and popular change of government, the story has since been different, and the picture dramatically transformed. Right from the onset, President Jammeh took up the ambitious and challenging task of making meaningful interventions in the key sectors of health, education, and agriculture. An unprecedented number of health facilities, including the famous AFPRC Hospital in Farafenye and the Suleiman Junkung Hospital in Buyam, sprang up in all parts of the country, filling an ostensible void in health service delivery. The doctor-patient ratio witnessed a tremendous increase, and for once, the national rates for child and maternal mortality and morbidity were brought down to a record low.
In HIV, there are two things that we look out for: the CD4 count and the viral load.
In a fit of extraordinary endowment, Jammeh amazed the whole world when he announced his ability and willingness to contribute to treating patients living with HIV and AIDS.
I can raise my hand, and I raise my hand to be challenged by anybody, called a professor or a scientist, who knows AIDS more than I know. There's nobody today.
The potency of his special therapy soon attracted scores of people from far and near, who were found at last in a man gifted by nature. HIV and AIDS had hitherto baffled the conventional world of science and medicine, and even the president's detractors could not help wondering in bemusement as Jammeh continued to render a rare service to humankind.
As a leader, your statement must be clear to everyone. There's no ambiguity. A leader like me, who has so many detractors in and out of the country, I have to make sure that whatever I deliver to the people is clearly understood by the people.
When Jammeh offered to provide treatment for complex medical conditions like asthma, diabetes, hypertension, and infertility, the number of patients seeking to meet him increased by the day. Beneficiaries of this robust regime of treatment are a living testimony to their efficacy. With an ardent personal interest in the advancement of agriculture, rooted in his back-to-the-land philosophy, Jammeh pioneered and guided the drive to revitalize the sector. For him, agricultural mechanization is a strategic conduit to boost large-scale production. In a bid to diversify agriculture and ensure food self-sufficiency, the president has personally acquired heavy-duty farm tractors and other machinery for farmers across the Gambia. As a dedicated farmer himself, President Jammeh operates massive agricultural projects in his home village of Kanilai and in other parts of the country. From vast fields of perennial crops and extensive orchards to big gardens of vegetable produce and a wide range of animal breeds, Jammeh's agricultural projects serve as a model for all those aspiring to take up this noble. The prioritization of agriculture has been a cornerstone of the Gambian leader's success. In his view, no modern nation can prosper without an educated population and well-trained labor force. Before his arrival on the national stage, secondary and tertiary education were a privilege for many local